What's up, Preps and Devos? It's Coach Ethan with D1 Training, bringing you D1 at Home for Thursday, May 21st, and it's an upper body day. So after you complete your 8 to 10 minute warm-up, you're gonna go right into your performance segment, which I'll show you in just a minute. If at this point you would like to take a screenshot of the workout in order to have it, to reference it without having to rewind the video, go ahead and do so now. All right, so we're gonna start off with a single leg pogo to double leg pogo. We're going to do a set of 10 single leg pogos on each leg before moving on to 10 low and quick, and then 10 high. So I'll show you. We're going to go single leg, soft bend in the knee. All right, you're going to bounce quickly for 10. As soon as you get 10 on one leg, you're going to immediately switch to 10 the other. All right, and then you're going to go double leg. So then you'll go low and quick for 10, and then high and powerful for the next. Once you get 10, 10, 10 low, 10 high, that's for one set. And then give yourself roughly 30 to 40 seconds rest between each set there. All right. And then the next exercise, the second exercise of the performance segment, is a high knee sprint. You're going to do 8 sets of 50 strikes, and it's going to be 30 seconds rest. So make sure you look at that. 30 seconds rest between each of these sets here. All right. When you do your high knee sprint, like your other high knee exercises that you do, maybe you do them for the warm up, maybe get those knees up. Make sure you get those elbows back, right? And if this elbow is back, this other arm up. So this hand is raising like it's answering the telephone, and this hand's going back to the hip. So think back pocket to eye socket with your hand. All right, juggling that elbow back, and then getting that knee up, and that toe should be pulled up towards the shin, and that foot should be out, okay? And somewhat back behind that knee. It doesn't have to be out here, all right? Make sure you're not going high knee and bringing your heel to the butt. You have that knee up and out like that. And then a slight forward lean with the upper body. It doesn't mean around the back. All right, lean forward slightly. So it should look like this. You're here, and then, okay. Each time your foot touches, that's a rep. You're going to do it for 50 times. Okay, so each foot will touch 25 times in total. You're done with the set, rest 30 to 40 seconds, and then you're going to move on, and then move on to the next set. Okay, you have 8 of them. Once you complete your performance segment, give yourself roughly 2 minutes before moving on and getting started with your resistance training. We're going to start at A1 and A2. Elevated plyo push-ups for 3 sets of 5 reps, and elevated W's and Y's 3 sets for 10 reps, all right? So you're gonna need something to elevate one of your hands for your, both your hands for your elevated plyo push-up, all right? We're gonna do a elevated single arm push-up later on, okay? So a yoga block, all right, maybe a step that you can utilize. Let me just twirl this off here. I'll fix it. All right, so you have this right here. All right, something elevated. All right, this is more for my example here. This is only about 4 inches from the ground. If you can use something that's maybe a foot to a foot and a half off the ground, that would be optimal. So maybe the end of a couch, okay, or a second or third stair. That would be perfect, okay? Since I don't have anything of that height, at least I'm showing you some version, okay? Set up like your normal push-up, okay? And then you're just gonna explode away. So make sure your wrists are underneath your elbows and your hips aren't sinking down towards the ground. You should be in a nice straight line. And you're gonna fire away, land softly, all right? And absorb that force as you're coming down. Make sure your arms aren't locked out and you hit and jar the elbows on, okay? That would be good. If you need to, you can do the modified version from the knees, okay? Same thing, just make sure you don't have a big crease at the hips like I'm doing right now. You need to go down and do that, okay? Because you can cheat real easy. Do it from your knees, bring your hips forward, so you're in a straight line from your knees to your shoulders, and if you touch the toes, you won't slide as much. You'll be here. Okay, same thing, I'm kind of sliding here. I get these joggers on, and I'm on the floor. Okay, so I'm sliding, but you get the gist of it. Okay, so maybe a foot and a half up in the air for your height for that elevated plyo push-up, and you'll be gold. All right, and then your elevated W's to Y's for 3 sets of 10 reps. Okay, it is elevated, but not like the push-up. Okay, so you're gonna do your elevated Y's and W's, or well, a W to Y here. So you're gonna be in this position, tuck your chin, make sure you're not looking up. So tuck your chin, all right, legs long. You're gonna bring your arms up into that W. So pinch your shoulder blades together, raise your arms, and you're gonna go into your Y, and back down. That's 1. All right, so up, Y, back in, and down. Make sure you really focus on pinching your shoulder blades as you elevate those hands. Okay, and take your time on that. Okay, so each rep should take you 4 to 5 seconds to complete. All right. Once you get done pairing those 2 exercises together, we're going to go into the B segment here. We have B1 through B3. Now we're getting to our single arm elevated push-up. 3 sets of 5 on each side. A bent over row for 3 sets of 12 or more. Okay, so if you get to 12, you can keep going, keep knocking them out. And then tricep kickbacks for 3 sets of 10 to 12 or more. All right, so same thing goes there. If you get to 12, you can keep going. I'm not going to stop you. Okay, so for a single arm elevated push-up, okay, you're going to need something. It doesn't have to be a foot in the air, okay, like our plyo push-up. So this would be optimal for my single arm push-up that I'm about to show you. So this is only about 4 to 6 inches in the air. That's perfect. Okay, so if you can get a yoga block, a couple textbooks, that'd be great. Okay, so when you do this, get set and set your hands like you normally would for your push-up. Okay, set this hand is just going to be raised. All right, so that shoulder blade is going to glide over a little bit more than this other one. All right, but same thing goes. Stack those elbows over the wrists. All right, lock the legs out, tighten the core, and then push through both hands and control it down nice and slow. Once you get 5 on one side, all right, you'll just switch. Okay, don't take too much time between switching sides. You know, it should only take you about 4 or 5 seconds, and then you're back on the other side, rubbing them out. Okay, so you're gonna knock out 5 on each side. All right, and then we're gonna move into bent over row for 3 sets of 12. All right, so you're gonna grab your weights, feet about shoulder width, soft at the knees, hinge back. All right, those weights are hanging down right by your knees here. You pull your elbows back towards your hips, pinch your shoulder blades, pause for a minute, and come back down, nice and control. All right, I'll show you a side profile, hips back, flat back, pull the elbows back, and then pinch your shoulder blades together. Pause, really get a good squeeze, and then control that weight down, nice and controlled. All right, when you're done with those, all right, you can stand up, take a brief minute, okay, before going into your tricep kickbacks. Because now you're getting right back into that hinge position here, bringing the upper arm parallel to the body, pinning those elbows in, and then pushing those weights back. Pause for a minute and come back nice and controlled with tricep kickbacks. All right, just like that. Come back, nice and controlled. All right, so that's the B segment. Now we're moving on to the C segment. C1, 2, and 3. We're in the half to full curl to press. 3 sets of 10 reps. However, it's a 1 to 2 ratio. All right. So for ever many curls you're going to do, you're going to do 2 presses. So you're going to end up doing 20 presses. All right, each set. All right, blowing them shoulders up. We're going to do a rear delt fly with a pause at the top for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and then a hammer curl to row for 2 sets of 10 to 12. All right. So when you do your half curl to press, you have your weights, okay? And you're going to do the supinated curl, so you're going to turn your hands up as you're coming up, halfway, pause, come back down, and get your full curl in. And once you get your full curl, you're going to hold it here at the top, and then get your press in. So then you're going to press, tilt this back a little bit so you can see my press here. Okay, so it's a half curl to full, and then press, and I'm pressing twice. So for every one curl, all right, there's 2 presses. All right, so the rep, counting the reps might be a little bit difficult, all right, but you'll get used to it. So if you're just counting your curls, you're gonna be fine, okay? We would just remember you're pressing twice each time, okay? After your half curl to full curl to press, you're going to do your rear delt fly with a pause. All right, light weights or a couple textbooks or a canned good in each hand, all right? So hinge back at the hips, all right, flat back. Push those hands out and away, bring those weights back, pause for a moment, and then come back down nice and controlled, all right? Remember, hips and shoulder blades together. You need to be able to use a weight where you can pause for a moment and come back down, all right? If you are using the weight to where you have to use momentum to get the weight up, it's too heavy. Also, if you go out and you can't pause in this position right here, all right, it's too heavy. Maybe you can get it up and you come right back down. That's okay. We'll do that another time. You need to use a light weight because I'd like for you to pause. So go lighter today, all right, and then come back down. All right, use a weight that you can get the correct form down with. All right, and then after your rear delt fly with pause, we're gonna do a hammer curl to row. All right. So even though it's upper body day, you have a whole lot of hinging going on. All right. So you're gonna do a hammer curl here. Bring the knuckles of the thumbs up towards the shoulders. Uncurl it. And then go into your hinge position and then row. All right. Hammer curl. And then row. All right. I'll show you a side profile. Hammer curl. And then row. All right. Just like that. Okay. After you complete those 3, we're going to move on to our core work, which is D1 and D2. We're going to do alternating V up, all right, for 3 sets of 10 on each side, and then an alternating plank for 3 sets of 6 to 8 on each side. All right, so for your alternating V up, you're going to lay down on your back. All right, and you're going to bring opposite hand to your opposite foot. With my right hand's coming up, I'm going to bring my left foot up. All right, I'm going to bring my chest towards the ceiling as well. So I'm going to come up here, up, and I'm going to tap my foot roughly somewhere just above my hips. So up, 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 okay, until you're completely above the reps. After you do that, okay, you can go right into your alternating plank. You can do it from a tall plank position, okay, or from the elbows here. Either way it works, right? I'll demonstrate both. If you're in tall plank, you're going to be here. All you got to do is flip your feet to the side and then rotate nice and controlled. Elevate that hand towards the ceiling, come back, flatten out, and then flip your feet again. You want to try to keep this tempo right here, nice and controlled and slow to challenge yourself, but also to work your core well as well. Okay? And then if you're going to go from the elbows, it's right here, right? You're going to rotate your feet the same way. And then you're going to hand up, hold that front plank for a moment, and then rotate back into it. Like that. Okay? And then once you've completed 3 sets on both of those, we do have some additional work for you to do today. Some more fun stuff. You're going to do a back pedal to sprint, doubles. You'll do 10 of them. All right. You'll only need 10 yards. However, you're going to be covering 40 yards each rep, and you're going to rest 2 minutes between each of those 10 reps. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate. You'll just need 2 landmarks. Okay. So if you have 2 cones, 2 old tennis shoes, 2 water bottles, okay, go step 1, line 1. All right, and then walk 10 yards and set another. That's your 10-yard mark. Okay. You're going to start at line 1, facing that way. okay? Or vice versa, it really doesn't matter. However, you're gonna backpedal. So let's start in staggered states today. So you're starting with your left foot forward the first time. The next time, start with your right foot forward, all right? So you're here, you're gonna backpedal 10 yards, sprint up 10, backpedal again. And then the second time you sprint, you're gonna race fully, the full 10 yards and pass the line, okay? So you'll backpedal, break down, get to the line, turn, sprint, break down, and backpedal again. And then that second time, zoom through, okay, that 10-yard mark. So you might need roughly 15 to 20 yards so you have adequate room to slow down, okay? And then make sure on every other rep, all right, you're not stepping back with that same foot touching that back line. That way you're pushing off with the opposite leg every other time. Now, if you use the same leg twice in one rep, meaning back pedal, your right foot's forward, you sprint, and then you back pedal, and your right foot is forward, and you sprint again, that's totally fine. But just remember what you're doing. So the next time you come up, you'll be left foot forward and sprint, and then left foot forward, sprint, okay? And it's probably the easiest if you do it that way, as opposed to the first time you go back, you go left foot, and then the second time you go back, it's right, okay? So hopefully it's not too confusing. You guys are smart. I know you get it. Backpedal 10 yards, sprint forward 10. Backpedal again 10 yards, and then finish through 10 yards, but finish past the line, all right, to finish out that rep. So you'll be covering 40 total yards, and make sure you get 2 minutes rest between each, okay? And then after you complete your sprints, make sure you complete your ACL play it safe. It'll take you an additional 8 to 10 minutes to complete, all right, while your heart rate's coming back down. You want to do it in a fatigue state, so that's the optimum time to do it. You're going to stick with level 1, and we'll continue to stick with level 1 until otherwise told to move up to level 2, all right? So we'll stick with level 1 for quite a while, all right? If there's a piece of equipment that you don't have, all right, that it shows to utilize for the program, don't worry about it. Just skip that exercise and do what you can. There's plenty of them that just require body weight, okay? All right, so for Thursday, May 21st, enjoy this upper body workout. All right, hope you have some fun. Go crush it.